How's it going, everyone, and welcome to this video. In this one, I'm going to be answering your most commonly asked questions about scalp laser hair removal and giving you all the key information that you need to know. So let's get straight into it. Now, the first thing we need to know is, can it actually be done? And the short answer is yes. This is a treatment that more and more guys are supposedly requesting, as stated by a lot of laser hair removal clinics. And if you search on YouTube, you will see that there are in fact a handful of guys that have documented their experience. Now, there's not a huge amount of information online still because, you know, this is a pretty big treatment that you're going for. But like I said, I've searched for all of the key information for you. So it does work, but there are a few things you need to take into consideration. Laser hair removal only works when the hair is in the anagen phase of its life cycle. Now, luckily, the hair on our heads 90% of the time is in that phase, but not all of it, so you do need to go for a handful of sessions to fully complete the job. So the laser hair removal works by shooting a beam of light into the hair follicle and effectively destroying it while saving the sort of tissue around that follicle. Now, that heat source is attracted to the pigment in the hair, aka the color. So laser hair removal works far better on people with darker hair. The laser hair removal really is not recommended for people with blonde hair, white, grey, even red hair, because the pigment in that hair follicle simply isn't dark enough for the laser hair treatment to work. So that is something you will need to consider before looking into this procedure. So how long does laser hair removal take? Well, if we look online, one session will last anything from 30 minutes to 1 hour. And how many sessions will you need? Well, again, there are varying figures online, but the minimum requirement will be 6 sessions. And there's a lot of quotes online: 6 to 8 sessions, 8 to 12 sessions. So anything from 6 to 12 and more sessions. So you can probably expect decent results around the 8 to 10 sessions mark. Now, is laser hair removal permanent? And the answer is yes. If you're a good candidate for this treatment, meaning you have that dark pigment in your hair, then this is a permanent treatment. And a lot of the online websites are very careful to say to you, look, you need to have a really good think if you want to do this procedure, because if you go for it and you suddenly want that hair back, it's not coming back. Does laser hair removal hurt? Well, hurt, pain, different people have different pain thresholds, but you can most certainly expect a little bit of discomfort. The feeling is mostly described as a slight stinging or burning sensation, and one guy stated that it feels like pulling back an elastic band and getting permanently slapped on the head by that elastic band. So you could say it doesn't hurt, but it will be uncomfortable. Now, are there any side effects to this laser hair removal on the scalp? Well, make sure you do your research before choosing the clinic for this procedure. Make sure you have a good look at some of the previous work that the technician has done. I would try to speak to someone possibly who's had a treatment done at the clinic already, hear it from the horse's mouth, so to speak, because of course you want someone who's well trained to avoid any accidents or any poor procedures, things like that. As for side effects, if you're not careful, you could experience something called hyperpigmentation, discoloring of the skin caused by different levels of melanin. So when you get this procedure done, before and after, you really need to be super careful in the sun, avoiding that UVA and UVB radiation. When you go in for that procedure, you need to make sure you've not got any lotions and potions or any chemicals on your skin. You need to be super fresh, super clean, and like I said, be careful in that sun. And as I mentioned before about choosing a really reputable clinic, if the wrong laser is used, it can cause burning and permanent damage to the skin. So what will this treatment cost you? We said before, you're looking at about 6 to 12 sessions, and a lot of online clinics offer you a nice handy bundle of 6 sessions, ranging from anything from $1,500 to the sort of £400 mark. What's that? About $500. You can see some different prices here: £390 for 6 sessions, or for 8 sessions you can get it for £494. Now, we mentioned before that this is a permanent treatment. Once the hair's gone, it's gone. But due to the different life cycles of the hair, you will need to go for top-up procedures, anything from 6 months to 1 year. And for one session, that is going to cost you £120, which is what, about $150 for a top-up session. Now, the only other question, of course, we would ask is why? Why would someone want to have this procedure done? Well, a lot of guys who go for that clean look, right? They shave their head, they get tired of shaving, they don't like shaving regularly, and they want to get rid of what we call the head shadow. They just want that permanently clean look with less maintenance. And for some guys, the initial agony, the initial hindrance of getting those laser therapy sessions is all worth it for a long time of having not really to shave that head. Having said that, if we look online at a lot of the results, it seems that this procedure is quite a lot of work. And even after something like 6 sessions, if, for example, you did let that hair grow out, you do get this sort of weird looking patchy appearance. And so, of course, I haven't had it done, but my personal feeling based on what I can see online is that it might not be that promise of, you know, super convenience, no hair at all. You might still find you are having to shave just to tidy up any of those little bits where you might have some of that hair left. But no doubt this could be a great option for some guys who are really determined to cut down on that shaving time. They want to get rid of that head shadow permanently. I know there's even a lot of guys out there who can grow a full head of hair, but they just hate having hair and they just want to get rid of it. There's even guys like that opting for this scalp laser hair procedure. I'd love to know what you think down in the comment section below. Have you been thinking about getting this procedure done? Why might you want to get it done? And I hope that the information I provided you here in this video has helped you out a little bit on deciding whether or not this is a procedure for you. I myself really enjoy shaving, and today is quite a particularly good day because this morning I had my first fantastic head shave with the double-edged safety razor. I'll have more on that soon. And I'm also, if you've had this procedure done and you want to come on the podcast and share your experience, I would love to have you on the podcast so we can all know a little bit more about this laser hair removal for the scalp. So if you haven't subscribed yet, guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications. As always, I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you found it useful and interesting. And I, of course, will see you in the next video. Goodbye.
You can be